Alright guys, welcome back. This is part 2 to the Know Your Rights course. And today we'll be going over the Second Amendment. My handy pocket constitution. Amendment number 2. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So what does that mean? That means in the United States and in the state of Tennessee, you have the right to own a gun. Alright? Now, I know that there's been things in the news with the recent shootings as far as gun control action. Okay, so I don't really want to comment on that. Try to keep it non-political and just let you know what your rights are. Alright? So, in Tennessee, again, these little courses, these little videos are specific to the state of Tennessee. So, if this gets out there and you're not from Tennessee, please check with your local jurisdiction because states and local jurisdictions and different judicial districts obviously interpret, they have different in case law and they interpret some of these statutes differently. Alright, but in the state of Tennessee, as long as you are mentally fit, you are not a convicted felon, you do not have an arrest for a domestic violence offense, you can own a firearm. Now, if you want to keep a firearm in your home, in your car, or what's called open carry on your person, you do not have to have, in the state of Tennessee, a concealed carry permit. Okay? You only have to have a concealed carry permit in the state of Tennessee if you want to conceal it, i.e. hide it on your body, or throw it in a backpack, or ladies, if you want to put it in your purse, you have to have a concealed carry permit. Alright. Open carry, it's your right, although I don't advise it. If you want to be one of these silly guys that quote unquote open carries, which basically you have the sidearm on your person visible, you know, kind of like a cop does or someone in the military does, but it's just a civilian. Okay, you can do that in the state of Tennessee without a concealed carry permit. While it is your right, I do advise against it, and here's why. If I'm a bad guy and I'm intent on doing you harm, or I'm intent on committing a crime, say in a business, and I walk in and I see you've got this big hog leg on your side, you're the first dude I'm shooting in the face. Because let's be honest, it's usually an overweight, middle-aged white dude who I could close in on and destroy before they could even get that thing out of its holster. But if you want to do it, by all means, Playboy. Now, when I used to give this class to students, I used to always talk about Dr. Martin Luther King. And while that may sound odd to you, it's probably because it's not actually covered in history classes. I can't remember, I'll have to go back and look. It's either Georgia or Alabama. But at some point in time, Dr. King, due to threats on his life and threats on the lives of his wife and children, he applied for a handgun permit. And it was denied. He said that he wasn't mentally fit to have a handgun. Okay. Jim Crow era, the South, the 1950s, it was due to none other than, only reason for, it was due to racism. Now, we've come a long way since then. We still have a ways to go. But I used to always tell my students that because I worked at a predominantly black school. And I would tell them that they have every right to defend themselves and their loved ones just like I do, because I'm no better than they are, and no one that looks like me is any better than they are. With that being said, and all the progress that we've made, don't do something stupid at a young age, running with the wrong crowd into the wrong stuff, and catch a case that's going to hang a felony on your head and you not be able to buy a gun to defend yourself or your family. There has been a lot of talk in the media lately about gun control measures. If we look at early American history and look at some of the early gun control laws, they were born out of no place other than racism. They kept black folks from owning guns. They kept indigenous peoples, Native Americans, from owning guns. They kept immigrants, especially if you weren't Protestant, from owning guns. Okay? Gun control comes from a very racist place. Now, I'm not saying that everybody that wants gun control or gun restrictions is racist. Of course not. But you really need to know your history. When you start talking about there ought to be a law, or this group shouldn't have access to firearms, you really need to learn your history. And again, with that in mind, with the fact that certain peoples have had to fight so hard for so long to get basic rights guaranteed in the Constitution, don't do something that will give someone the ability to take that right away. All right? Now, legal immigrants. This came up when I was given this class, like I said, when I was a school resource officer to some of our Hispanic parents. In the state of Tennessee, you do not have to be a citizen, but if you're in the country legally, or you're in here legally as classified as a resident alien, okay, if you have a hunting license, you can purchase a firearm. All right. So, a little quick review. Okay. If you want to have a gun in your home or in your vehicle or open carried on your person, you do not have to have a concealed carry permit in the state of Tennessee. The car thing is a recent change. It's changed over the past couple years. At one point in time in the state of Tennessee, if you wanted to have a gun in your car, you had to have a concealed carry permit. All right. The courts, at least in Tennessee and nearby jurisdictions, they treat, when it comes to firearms at least, they treat your vehicle as an extension of your home. Therefore, you do not have to have a concealed carry permit. All right. Home, car, open carried on person, you do not have to have a concealed carry permit. If you want to conceal it, i.e. hide it on your body, on your person, or in your backpack, or ladies in your purse, you have to have a concealed carry permit. All right. And I will use this time to give a little shout out to a guy who I think is doing great things, especially in the African American community. His name is Maj Toure. All right. Just get online and Google Black Guns Matter. All right. It's a wealth of knowledge, and it's a great resource to help our black brothers and sisters who cherish their right, their Second Amendment right. It teaches tactical shooting, target shooting, the legal aspect and ethics, basically how to be a responsible gun owner. All right, check him out. He does great things. I have nothing but good things to say about him and what he and his organization does. But to everybody out there, black, white, yellow, brown, red, purple, gay, straight, whatever, I'm no better than you. You are no better than me. We all have a right and frankly a responsibility to defend ourselves and those we love. Educate yourself. Become a responsible gun owner. Alright? Now, I hope you've enjoyed that. The next little video coming out, we're going to skip the Third Amendment. The Third Amendment is about the quartering of troops in your home. Okay? That doesn't necessarily apply to your interactions with law enforcement. Alright? Check it out. Definitely read it. I'm not trying to skip over it due to any kind of crazy conspiracy. But again, these little videos and these little talks are more geared toward your rights as they pertain to your interactions with the government and with law enforcement. Alright, so with that being said, the next little segment is going to be on what I consider probably the most important when it comes to police-community interaction, and that is the Fourth Amendment, which is your right against unreasonable search and seizure. So stay tuned. If you like this video, give it a like, retweet it, repost it, show it to your friends. Just get the message out there, trying to build relationships and bridge that gap. Alright, if you need more clarification on something, or if you think I've legitimately got something wrong, feel free to email me, aaron.yergan@gmail.com. That's aaron.yeargan@gmail.com. And with that being said, you guys have a good day. Take care.